Well, good weekend, all. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Memorial Day weekend. It is the 24th of May, 2025. And there's a lot to talk about, so let's get to it. But first, I want to remind you, it is Memorial Day weekend. On Memorial Day itself, in the evening, our sale ends. 40% off any of my courses or any of my research plans. In addition, let's assume you know somebody that's graduating or somebody that's getting into investing. My courses are a great way for them to at least get their feet on the ground and get an understanding of some of the ways that I teach trading. They're video, they're pretty cool. You know the research you're seeing here for free, but it's the morning subscriber videos, it's the written twice daily updates, it's the preparation of ideas and access to my special reports. A lot of you hit my special reports and you realize that you only have access to 2 of them, and if either then you subscribe or you don't get them. And they're all included free with all this, and I'm getting ready when we come back to do another one. So far I've been lucky. I think you'll find that they give you a big broad idea. In terms of news coming to the market, when we come back, you get the conference board numbers. They're going to come out at 9. They're looking for a very minor improvement. The Dallas Federal Reserve Bank, they're going to release their monthly regional manufacturing outlook. And we had on Friday the cattle on feed report, and I viewed it as friendly, period. Okay, I saw nothing negative in the report, so we'll see what that does. Now, as we talk about the markets, you know that the markets dropped hard. I had done my morning futures video, and when I did it, I went to post it, and we found that for some reason, the vendor software wouldn't take our video. I don't know the reason. I don't know why. We had a backup plan, and it just didn't work. We went in, fixed it, and I got those reports out later, but there's nothing you can do when even your backup plan didn't work, and we have one. We made it so we can instantly switch the plans back and forth within minutes now, and that'll take care of us going forward. You don't know you have something wrong until it goes wrong. And in this world of IT, it is so difficult. The great news was, and I have to share this, we got it done late, but my staff said without artificial intelligence, this could have been a 3-4 day project. And they didn't just get it going, but they made it so we can just hit toggles and we're on our backup system in a different way. I thought that was fascinating. We had to give up hours on it. By the end of the day, you had given up in the stock market because the president decided when, I don't know, but at 6 in the morning he had it made the decision. At 6:30, I don't think he did. It was after that time I'm watching the markets and I'm going, whoa, I just did my recording. What's going on here? Markets were barely moving. They came apart. And what happened is the president's frustrated with how some of the trade deals are going. And the frustration spilled over so that as the stock markets are open around the world, he wanted to make a point. Otherwise, he could have waited. He said he's taking tariffs on all European goods to 50%. So the Eurozone just got smashed with everything on there. He also said, right afterwards, it couldn't have been 5-10 minutes, as for Apple, 25% tariffs on all the phones that aren't made in the United States. So the attacks have begun. Now, later in the day, he came back and opened the door and said to the European Union, get in here and get Mr. Bessent and the teams comfortable because they're not comfortable that you're going to getting anywhere with the deals. And if we can't, this is what you're dealing with June 1st. But he opened the door. He did something different for Apple. He said, you know, it's not just Apple. Anybody that makes a mobile phone, Android, whatever it is, and it's not manufactured in the United States, you too have a 25% tariff on you. And that goes in. The market took a look at that. The dollar dropped. Gold market took off. The stock market gets hit on the news. I just read that the first reaction positive, I've read 2 of them from 2 different countries. Japan wants a deal done with the United States before the G7 meeting that is coming up right at the beginning of June. Switzerland has decided that they can't live with a 31% tariff on them. They have a large farming bloc, but it only makes up a small percentage of their GDP. I get the impression they're ready to open up the farming because the U.S. wants to send grains and meat there. I have a feeling that's happening. My point is, these type of actions rock you. The other action I was looking on for you, and that's why I'm still friendly on the gold market, is we know that Iran met with the United States in Rome to discuss. All I had to read is that the meeting took 2 hours. That means nothing took place. The further on you read, Iran would like to have more meetings. Guess what? I think Israel is running out of patience. Every day that goes by, I can't imagine anything other than Iran is trying to get nuclear-grade uranium. They want that weapon. They want to be able to say, you're too late. We have it. Don't you dare attack us. We'll hit Israel with this. We'll hit the United States with this. We'll hit Western interests with it, whatever it's going to be. I think that we're right at that point. Do I know if I'm right? No. I know I get letters every now and then from somebody out there, a couple of people that will write, Ira, you're too political here. You have to be. You can't trade the market without politics. What do you think broke the stock market? What do you think drove gold up? Politics. If you think tariffs aren't politics, you're going to call them economics? I can live with that. So political economics. All right, enough said. In the gold market, here you are up 1.5%, knocking on the door on a weekly chart. Nothing looks bearish there. Weekly charts look different. I'm sorry, let me come back. Monthly charts look different. Here you go. Let me get to it. This is an area chart of monthly. I said that wrong and I hit the wrong button, but I'm going to keep going. The weekly bar chart looks different than the monthly. This chart has clearly lower highs, lower lows. That's the pattern you can see there, and the swing line is giving it to you. To negate it, you've got to get yourself over the 34.48 level. We'll see if the market's capable of doing that. It's a ways off. This break that we've had so far has not been able to get back to the 18-week average of closes. And what's happened with that average, if you'll take a look, it's running pretty good. It's running at about $20 to $40 a week to the upside. You see what I'm getting at there? So we'll see what happens. If the market stays strong this week, it's going to jump again because it's losing these numbers back here and it's grabbing them up there. Second thing, the Bollinger Band. The market had run it. Remember what you heard me use the word gorilla glue trade. It's when a market gets on a Bollinger Band and doesn't get off of it. I, as a young trader, remember I'd go, I had just learned relative strength. This market's going to collapse. It's so overbought. I didn't understand that that's a bullish signal, not a bearish. That's why I love the courses. You got young people that want to learn. These are the way you do it. I think it's an idea on it at least. And you decide what you want to do from there. But for me, it's a bellwether of everything I do. So you've backed off, but you've kept the bullish bias as you're over the 18-week average. And moving averages do give you bullish and bearish bias. There's a large following of them. What doesn't work are things that nobody follows. Sometimes a computer can find a glitch and make a way to make money with it, but people aren't following it. Once they do, that glitch might disappear. Don't know. Momentum-wise, the market's in a corrective stage and overbought. So deploying new money up here is very difficult. You're caught between the politics of the world. You're caught between what the president is doing. We now know what the next focus of the market is. I had done for you on Wednesday and Thursday, I had said, now that we know that the tax plan's been sent to the Senate and the House of Rep guys can go on vacation, we have to worry about what's the next focus of the market going to turn to. The president told us. He told you Friday afternoon, it's now back to the trade deals that we've got. And that's where this is all, in my opinion, going to stay for a bit. Gold-silver ratio on the longer term still favors on a weekly basis, not monthly, on a weekly, that the gold is stronger than the silver. You have to get under this number. On the daily chart, it's the exact opposite, except on Friday, it jumped back in gold's favor. In the silver market, you've been stuck at neutral zone, this 18-week average of closes, and you've been stuck there. In all fairness, since back here, November of last year. So this is building itself over time. Is it a base or a top? I happen to think it's a base. So we'll see if it can do anything with that. The copper market also stuck, different version, much shorter period of time, hitting back and forth that 18-week average. I don't call it tradable right here. Platinum bullish, but over the upper Bollinger Band. It was a standout metal this week. If you're one that gets my subscriber videos, I kept mentioning it broke away from everything, and it most certainly did as an individual. And in the dollar, more bearish news. This market, if you get underneath, and I'd be very careful here, if you get back under these lows, this 9,800 zone, watch out. The market starts opening itself up for the potential of going to what we call a fifth price count. If you took my dollar report back 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I showed that and I said that's my fear, that we'd get there. It's rare. It's rare to get to a fourth price count, and we did it. You did it right in these numbers, the 9,800 level. What if I told you the next number is around 8,800? That would be scary. What would that mean? So with that, I leave you with a great Memorial weekend. Take advantage of our sale. Go to iraepstein.com under either courses or research. You have yourself a great holiday, and I'll catch up with everybody on Tuesday when I do my next videos for you. Take care.